I get no response. I had to kill it. Had to kill it, guys. Sorry, guys. Had to kill the other live stream because I was getting no response. No response from the moderator that I was live. Then all of a sudden, I was being told I was live. But I just pulled up on this spot. You can see it's a little stormy. And that's a lot of matted grass right there. I'm just gonna, this is my first cast to this area. I figured, hey, I'll get you guys on a little bit earlier than last time, since I was able to get on the water a little earlier. And then we'll just see what happens. If I struggle, I struggle, you know what I'm saying? Gotta keep it real. Let you guys see the growing pains. See if I find them. Or what the actual situation is, other than just catching. That was a little delayed hook set on my part. That wasn't cool. So I'm a little bit closer to shore this time. Thought I'd bring you guys to a different area. Try our luck here. See what happens. It is a little breezy. I brought you to this side of the lake because the other side is a lot more choppy. So I don't know if you guys, I seriously doubt you can, but there's thunder rumbling in the distance, but it's a far enough distance that I don't think I really got to worry about it. But kids, if you're listening, do not play with lightning. Okay. I'm getting a phone call from the moderator. I don't know. This live chat, this live stream might be chatless, guys, because if the moderator's calling me, that means that something's not right. But in order to answer that, I'm going to have to freaking stop the live stream. Yo, moderator, just text me. If you can hear me, text me. Something ain't right. Maybe all the storm. It's causing chaos with my electronics. Yo, Hustle, what's up? What's up? What's happening, dog? What you catch today, dog? Guess the moderator's back on it. We got comms. Let's see if we can get fish. I bounced in a little early because I figured, hey man, might as well just start casting. Letting them see the good, the bad, the ugly. Jockey? Maybe that's the way you pronounce it. I'm not exactly sure what 07 means. I'm going on the side of this over here. A freaking camera. Why nobody tell me the camera's not even looking? But over to this side, there's a little hump that goes up to like, I don't know, maybe 5 feet, probably less. And it's a slight drop off to maybe 10 at the most. But I usually fish it on the outside. Instead, today I'm going to fish it on the inside just to mix it up, see what's up. Work beat me down, no fishing. That sounds like you got beat down hard at work, bro. Well, I'll try and get a fish for you, player. I already called the biggest fish of the day will be for Senor Hustle, since he wasn't able to go out and throw some lines. Antonio, throw a jig. Well, there's tons of grass down here, dude. And if I throw a jig, I'm going to end up bringing most of that grass back. I'm not as, I do appreciate the suggestion, though. I'm not as versed in, you guys see that little lightning over there in those clouds? Just know if it gets really, really stormy, I'm out. I enjoy bringing you guys this content, but, you know, there's fish for another day. Right now, that's way far off in the distance and heading away based on the radar. Yeah, and Antonio, so like I was saying, I'm not as smooth throwing a jig and getting it out of all that grass. Now in the rock, I can get out of any rock pile you want, but in the grass, it gets hung up in the grass and it's done. I could throw a frickin' chatterbait, but there was technical difficulties with one of my rods. I cast it earlier and it didn't even, it was the same rod that hit the camera yesterday. That must have given an abrasion on the line somewhere where I couldn't see it. And on the first cast, that bait went flying. And I had just tied that bait on. So this does basically like a little horseshoe. Comes around. I don't know if you guys can see, but it'll come around into that point over there. Just a little horseshoe. See if this horseshoe is lucky. Feels like it should be. Feels like it should be. I appreciate you guys tuning in, Hustle and Antonio. And I'm almost certain that Mr. Sevilla is lurking. And just waiting till I say something and he's going to jump on that and be all like, ha 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 ha. Holy moly. Just shot that guy right at me. So I sometimes hustle gamble. Talking about some HVAC installations today. Grinding, bro. Grinding. Grinding, doing his thing. I can respect that. You guys must have seen that lightning strike over there. I'm not liking the action here. But we've committed. We're going to go this 30 here. I'm going to go over this hump and then get it from the other side. Not exactly sure how shallow it is up here. But as I'm measuring that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw that jerk shad out there. Maybe these fools want a little bait fish. Yeah, when I was out west, the lakes that I fished didn't have any grass either. Antonio, they didn't have any grass, bro. Best you would have is a dried up mesquite bush. That's the only, if you want to call it vegetation, that there was. Dried up mesquite bush. Sorry guys, I was raising my motor. A little dried up mesquite bush underwater. Maybe a tumbleweed. The rest of the time it was rock. Camera. Don't be like that, bro. Work with me, player. Work with me. Okay, so I'm in about 3 feet of water right now. I'm going over this. There's a little cut in between these two humps. Well, off to my right, where that point comes out, and then there's the hump off to the left. Let's see what's out there. Yo, Antonio, what lakes you fish? I used to live out in San Diego. And I used to fish Escondido. I forgot what it's called. It's basically where Dottie got caught. Lake Dixon. I used to fish that lake over there. And I'll tell you what, bass fishing in those little lakes in Cali is pretty difficult because those fish have seen every bait. So many people there and just so many baits thrown at them, especially that lake. You held Dottie and the potential was there. And I saw giants, dude. I saw giants just swimming down there. And they'd look right at your bait because that water was extremely clear. And they just look at your bait. They'd come up to it. You'd get excited. You'd be like, oh, come on, just bite it. Just bite it. And then they just let it go. They just swim right by it. It was extremely frustrating. Extremely frustrating to see them just look at your bait, nose down on it, and not even bite. Then I threw some trout lures out there. Some huge trout lures. That was cool. Caught one, I think 2 off of those huge trout lures. But the fish wasn't a giant. It was just a good sized fish. Let's turn it around to this side now. I was throwing at that point for a little bit. Now we're going to come back around, work this side. There's just grass scattered throughout this area. Oops. Hopefully you guys don't see a lightning strike or tornado or anything happen. Slaying bass, welcome to the party. Welcome to the party, dog. We ain't slaying anything yet. But now that you're here, maybe the luck will change. So I'm rolling up on the top of that hump. There is eelgrass. I don't know what you guys can and cannot see, but there's eelgrass just at the bottom, or at the top of that, I should have said. Good thing I raised my motor up. I'm assuming you guys saw that lightning bolt. Don't worry, guys. Safety first. Safety first. It's pretty far away. I only came to this side of the lake because the other side of the lake is pretty choppy. But if I gotta go and endure the chop in order to catch a fish, then that's what we're gonna do. Fortune rewards the bold. Yeah, if you guys showed up to my last live stream yesterday, you'll know the action started heating up later on in the afternoon. First one was kind of a tester. Hopefully we can avoid the same fate here. This place looks good underwater from what I see, but there's no takers just yet. Yeah, so there was a time that, just so you guys know as I'm sharing stories, there's a time me and the Mustache Maniac were fishing, and the storm looked very far away, but every time we lifted our rods, it's like we were trying to tune into a radio station. It was just like, zzz, zzz, zzz. I was like, bro, we better bounce, because something ain't right. So we left that area and we just cruised, I don't know, maybe 50 yards down the lake, and then it stopped. And then we cruised miles down the lake, and then it started again. It's crazy. Tulare County, in the middle of Cali. Those lakes are down south. I only fish Castaic. All right. Once for trout. I fished. Oh, got another message coming in, so that went away. All right, so I'm gonna throw this one more time. I'm gonna post up right here and see if I can cast to the point over there and coax one of these fish to join us. And then let me finish reading the rest of this. Castaic. Well, that sounded a lot louder than I'd like to hear it. Pine Flat, Millerton Lake, Don Pedro Lake, McClure. So that thunder was a little louder than I'd like to hear it. Storm doesn't seem like it's headed this way. I don't know if you guys saw that lightning bolt. We might move to the essentially safer side of the lake, because you got the storm there, and then you got sunlight over there. So we might be heading to that area over there. This is the warm-up period, guys. I would have liked to catch something right here, but... or caught something. Oh, you guys see that lightning bolt? Or was I blocking it? Maybe the fish are scared of lightning. It is looking pretty dark out here. Or maybe those are just my sunglasses. All right, we got less than 10 minutes, guys. Less than 10 minutes to catch a fish. Oh, wow. My worm wasn't even on there right, bro. I've been casting a half-dumb worm. Pay attention, bro. Don't let those lightning bolts scare you. Bro, is it humid? It's like I'm living in water, dog. It is ridiculously humid out here in Alabama. And I came from the desert, dude. So I can tell the difference. It's like I got a blanket of water on me. It's good stuff. As long as there's fish, that's all that matters. I'll be out here in the humidity. Johnny D in the house. He's back. He's back, folks. Johnny D has entered the building. Patricia, what's happening? It's nice fishing right now, but not nice catching. These are I don't know if you've been to one of these lives before, but these are 30-minute lives because my camera cuts it off at 30 minutes for some reason. That's just the way their software is. And first 30 minutes, we're about to get skunked. I mean, we're still throwing. We haven't given up just yet. But there is a possibility of us getting skunked. If I get skunked, then what I'm going to do is just move down the lake to the other side. And I'll get back on alive and try and handle business then. Yesterday we caught ourselves the biggest fish of the day was a 4.5 pounder. Scattered in were some dinks. And a 3 pounder or so. Fish might have lockjaw. That is correct, Antonio, but that's never stopped us before. We keep casting until we find the one that's eager to bite. Sorry about that, guys. We have 5 minutes left. You guys know I'm good for some buzzer beaters. So let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can pull out another buzzer beater. I think I just need to get all the jitters out on the first live, and then uh-oh, that's some eelgrass. Get some jitters out on the first live, and then settle in and set some hooks. You know, you're working all day, and then you get out on the water and you're all excited, and you're just like, all right, bro, let's do this. You know, you get all pumped and you're like, yeah, we're on the water. All right, cool. You gotta let that adrenaline wear off a little bit, and then settle in and be like, all right, let's work the bait right. Ooh, it was just grass, guys. It was just grass. And I'm sorry for any camera drift. It's just wind is moving the boat. I'm moving the boat. Camera's looking wherever. Patricia, you and your dad went to the Delta to catfish? Oh, you have any luck? Because I associate the Delta with largemouth, but that's because of the Bassmasters and stuff. But you get any good sized catfish out there? My hook messed up again. Of course, these guys ain't gonna bite when the hook is showing completely. Come on, bro. You gotta at least try and hide it a little bit. If you show them the hook completely, then you're done. You're done, player. I gotta find a setup that can hold my phone in my view so that I can keep the camera where it needs to be. Dude, I fished many tournaments where I'm like, dude, what? But not in the Delta. Those are the tournaments that test whether you actually love to do this or not. And you're like, dude, I can't land a single fish. How long I got? Oh, I got a minute left. A minute left. Uh-oh. Here we go. This might be my last cast of this live stream. I don't feel any grass out here. So I don't think it's going to be a successful buzzer beater. All right, guys, give me another, after this one, give me another 10 minutes or so. I'm going to take us to another spot. Hopefully a more fruitful one on the other side. Might be a little more choppy though. But that don't matter to me. You guys might get seasick. I don't know. But I'll be good. So we should catch some fish.